Hello. Hi. How goes it? Okay, I'm trying to see what's going on here. All right, I think we're good. Instagram still checking connections. Guess it's not good. But what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? We are live with another episode. Okay, actually, we're having technical difficulties. Let me come off of Wi-Fi and see. Okay, so we're live on Instagram. Are we live? Hello? We're definitely frozen, so that's that's great. How are you doing today? What's going on? How's everybody's day? It's Thursday. Week's almost done. What have we gotten accomplished this week? All right. So I'm again going to attempt to get Instagram out here. Let's see if we can do it, guys. What's going on? Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of ToriV Talks, where we are healing in real time, okay? Because we're trying to cultivate our character in real time here. And today, I have some amazing guests coming today. Uh, Matter of fact, wow, he's right on time. Hey, hey, how's it going? What's going on? We are healing in real time, becoming who we're destined to be, right? Cultivating that character, okay? Because who we say we are and who we actually are, it's a little gap in between that. We got to get it together, right? We got to get it together.
Hey, Tori, how are you doing?
Good.
Are
How
you
are
able to hear
you?
me?
Yes, you sound good. You're not frozen. Everything's looking good.
That's good. That's good. That's definitely good. That's definitely good. Let me just try to make sure everything is proper. Yeah.
Hey, how's
So
it?
how's everything going on for you? What's going on?
Everything, building, building, creating. Okay, the books are coming out slowly but surely. They're coming out and it's beautiful. I'm excited. What about you?
Well, the course is coming out right now, right? So I'm building also because I know a lot of persons don't really have the time frame to sit down and have a one-to-one coaching because of their schedule. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just build a course, put all the information that I know, make it really impactful so they can go ahead and, get the information at their own leisure, at their own timing, and, they can rewatch it and, just building out the different systems and everything going on and just watching the market. Cryptocurrencies, going good right now. Although everything, I know a lot of persons are seeing what's going on the media, like everything is going down, but actually on the back end, people who have the wealth principles aligned with them know that, hey, now is the best time. If the stock market crashes a little bit more, it's going to be Black Friday. It's time to
Everything's
invest
on
now.
sale. Yes.
Everything is on sale right now. So that's the name of the game, and that's what we have to go ahead and do right now.
So
Just
I want to talk
build.
about that because the last time we spoke, you were talking about your course coming out and just being able to help people internationally as well as in the States and being able to kind of bridge the gap of what cryptocurrency is. So can you kind of explain briefly like what the goal of your course is and um like what can a person expect to get from it?
So a person can expect to get from the course. So the difference between me and the other gurus who are in the cryptocurrency space, right? They only teach principles with regards to, for example, the United States, right? For me, I've lived in three different countries. I've lived in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, I have lived in America, and I've also lived in Canada. So each jurisdiction, there's different principles that aligned, right? And there's different ways. Some stuff might work in one area and it might not work in another. So within my course, I differentiate everything and I basically simplify it, right? I know cryptocurrency might be technical and it's a lot of tech persons there. So I'm a tech person, right? However, I do understand that, hey, not everyone is tech. So my goal is to decrypt the information, hence the course called the Decrypt the Course, right? So the crypto course basically means to break down everything, right? So make it very, very simple so the common man can understand. Anyone on the street, anyone basically outside of the scope of, intellectual basically understanding what certain technologies are can basically use the course and apply it, right? And I guide everyone step by step within the course, right? Because I know a lot of persons don't understand it and they put a barrier against everything. Like their mindset is totally different. Once they hear about investing, oh, I don't want to do that. Once they hear about trading, oh, I don't want to do that. And there's some simple concepts that can be used. Like it's yeah, I've made it so easy. Like a lot of persons not voting myself or anything like that. It's like based on my experience and for all the different clients and students that I've teach, like when I explain it, they say, "Yo, you make it a whole lot easier. Why do people make it seem so hard?" And I'm like, you know what? I've been doing this constantly with persons one on one. So let me just bring it to the global level, right? Where now I can have a course out that I can, distribute globally.
So give me an example, because I was actually just speaking to somebody the other day, and they were telling me like, "Oh man, crypto is not going to last long, and see, it's going down right now. That's why everybody took their money out." And I was just like, I mean, maybe everything's on sale, and this is when you should get in. And they were like, "No, man, because something like this came out before, so we shouldn't be able to." So that it's not going to last. We're not going to be able to make money from it. What do you say to somebody who says
When
it?
you say to somebody like that, watch the money, right? Watch what's happening. Every politician, every rich person, the bank, everyone is moving towards the cryptocurrency space. Everyone is moving towards the NFT space. The baseline of NFTs is cryptocurrency. Institutions, countries, politicians, high-level individuals are moving towards cryptocurrency, right? It's just that, guess what? There's no regulations,
Yeah.
so most corporate companies are not getting into the space because they don't want to be fined, right? So until there's regulation, then a lot of persons will stay away. But a lot of persons really want to get in. And as soon as there's a clear definition of what to do once you get into this space, then that's when everything will blow up. So I would say to somebody like, hey, let's watch the money. Watch where the money is going. Watch what's going on. Don't listen to the news. Watch what's happening with these people. And the good thing about crypto, you can trace everything, right? Everything can be traced. So you can know, like, hey, this person is buying this. This is where the money is going, right? Before there were no transparency when, for example, politicians, put the money, we don't know what they do with it. But cryptocurrency give us that chance. And just to differentiate within my course, right? For example, let's say Coinbase, right? Coinbase operates within the United States, fully functional. In Canada, where I'm at right now, there's some features that are limited. In the Caribbean, most persons can only basically send and receive cryptocurrency on it. They are not getting the feature to add their credit or debit card or even PayPal, right? So that's something that I teach. I teach persons to not say the workaround around it, the work around it. So, for example, you can use another platform, example CXIO, right? You can use CXIO onboard your crypto, onboard your credit card, debit card, purchase
What is it called?
cryptocurrency, CDX.io, right? So that's another cryptocurrency platform, right? That's very, very easy. It's very, very user friendly. That's why I'm recommending it. And a lot of my students use it to start their process. Then once you understand from that platform, then you move over to other more, complex platforms. For example, Coinbase, Binance, Gate.io, FTX, all those different platforms. But the market right now is going down, right? But I'll tell a lot of persons there's different strategies that you can use to invest, right? For example, if you look at my social media, right, I'm talking about the strategy where you borrow a loan against your assets. So let me just explain that for you, right? So for example, say you have $10,000, right? And you heard about crypto, you just scared, you don't want to really do anything. You're like, all right, I heard about this crypto. I really want to get into it, but I'm not sure. So I'm like, all right, cool. Investing is risk. We all know that. Hey, investing in anything is always risk, but there's levels to the risk. So say you have 10 grand, right? You can, for example, purchase XRP, right? Well, for persons in the US, they don't have access to it. So let's use Cardona. You purchase $10,000 worth of Cardona right now, right? At 50 cents, right? The projection for Cardona at its all-time high last year was $3, right? So you can know that, hey, it is an asset that's capable of making a lot of money. And now it has even more use cases. What is use cases? Different functions, what this platform is used for, right? So looking at that projection and saying, all right, this was at 3 cents, $3. Now it's at 50 cents. So it's gonna go back up at some point in time. So let me just explain the process easy for you, right? I have 10 grand. You buy 10 grand worth of this Cardona, right? 10 grand of it. Put it into a loan platform, you borrow against it. The loan platform that I recommend or I use, and my financial advice to everyone is you hardware, right? It's the highest LTV, that's the loan to value ratio, right?
What is it
It's
called?
70%. Loan to value ratio. So basically, when you put money into the platform, you can take some money out of it, but there's a percentage of what you can take out. So they give you up to 70%. Most platforms give like 30 or 50, but that platform gives you up to 70%. So that's
What's
why
the
I use
platform
that.
name?
You hardware, so it's you and holder.
Okay.
So that's one platform that I use. That's you hardware. So you have 10 grand, right? You put it into Cardona, right? You put this money or put this asset on the loan platform, you borrow a loan against it. So the first strategy right there, once you borrow against it, you alleviate taxes, right? Because that's what the rich does, right? They have an asset and they borrow against it because the loan is debt. Debt is not taxable. So that's the first strategy right there. So you don't have to sell your asset. If you sell your asset in the future, guess what? You have to pay tax on it. And we know about the different capital gains, right? 37% if it's under a year and over a year, 20%. So let me just get back to explaining it, right? So you have 10 grand, you buy this asset, Cardona, for example, right? You put it in the loan platform, you say, hey, take my money, hold on to my money, right? And give me 70% back. So I hold 70% equity. So right then and there, I'm getting 7 grand back in my pocket. However, I have 10 grand in the market. If the asset goes up, right? If the asset goes up, then you're banking, you're good. Whereas if it goes up to $3 or even $2, right? You can just pay back that loan, which was at 7 grand, right? And you get $20,000, $30,000, right? So let me give you the flip side to it. If the market continues to go down, right, there's a liquidation level. Basically, this means that hey, if we reach this point, they will sell the assets, right? You don't owe them, they don't owe you, right? That's what's gonna happen. However, it would be 30%. So instead of you losing all of your money, you would be just losing 30% if it goes down to that level. And I don't think anyone would really watch their asset move from 1% down to negative 25%. I don't think no one would do that. They would basically pay it off, right? Find some way to pay it off, right? And get their access. You get what I'm saying? So that's one strategy that I tell a lot of persons to use. I'm saying instead of putting 100% into the market, right, and risking it 100, why not risk 30%, right? But you still have 100 in the market. So it's a great strategy. For example, persons who were buying Terra Luna, right? Terra Luna cash, you all heard about it, right? If you were using this strategy, right, where you had the 100,000. I know one guy who moved from like 2 million to 2,000, right? And sometimes a lot of persons don't really implement these strategies until it's too late. That's why I tell a lot of persons right now the market is down, everything is, haphazard. Learn. Now is the time for you to get a coach, get a mentor, start learning about this market, right? So when it goes back up, you're gonna be banking, you're gonna be making a lot of money, right? So just to get back to that point, right? If the asset basically or moves from say the all-time high to zero, instead of you losing all your money, you would be just losing 30%. And here's the thing: if the project actually even goes back up, all you have to do is just buy back in, right? So it's a simple, simple strategy. So at the end of the day, we can take risks and make money, but we just have to know how we go about it, right? And another thing that a lot of persons are experiencing is hacks, right? That's another thing that's going on. Most people don't don't know about the ledger, right? Which is a cold storage wallet where you can move your money off these platforms, right? Put it to a cold storage device, for example, a ledger treasure. I like ledger, right? I don't know much about treasure because ledger has more applications, right? It has more cryptocurrencies available on it. So that's why I use ledger. And then I own my assets. So let's correlate it to the traditional system, right? Where you have your stocks, you have your forex, you have all these assets online, right? If the market goes down, you lose your asset. You can't pull it off. Right? Even if you pull it off, you have to pay taxes on it, and you're gonna be paying taxes at a loss. With
Right.
crypto, you can take all your money, put it on this device. No one can touch it, right? Nobody, right? Your 24 word seed phrase or the 24 code that you get, all you have to do is store it in a safe place, and you can basically have ownership over your assets. No one can take it from you unless they have access to your code. I know it was a lot of information. I hope I didn't overwhelm you so much, but let's break it down. Let's break it down.
No,
I'm
that
waiting for you
was
to pick my brain.
okay. No, because we talked about this before. So, this is something that I'm so interested in. And I want to know how you are kind of building it down. Like, how are you making money going down in the market as the market is
Okay,
going
so
up?
you're talking about shorting, right?
Yeah.
So, so this strategy, a lot of persons use it, which is called short. So when the market is going down, you're betting against the market going down. So the procedure is basically called short. So a lot of persons normally buy into the market when it's going up, and they're buying it at a loss, right?
Right.
Because you buy when it's down and sell when it's high. So when it's at a particular point right now, it's going down. You can basically go on a cryptocurrency platform and click on a short. For some platforms, it's called sell. So you put a sell order in or a short order in. And for persons who know about options, you put a put call order in, a put order in,
Mm-hmm.
right? So basically, you're betting against the market going down. So you're basically saying that, hey, the market is going to go down, say, 20%, right? You're going to put your money in and bet against it, right? And if it hits the 20%, you're gonna take your profit. So you're gonna make your money. However, if it goes up or it goes the opposite, you have something called a stop loss, where you're saying that here's the thing: if the market basically does the opposite, I'm not willing to lose a whole lot of money, but I'm willing to risk this amount. So that's why you have take profit and stop losses. And if you analyze the market right now, you heard about the inflation that's going on, right? You heard about the rate hikes. If you realize what's going on because of elections coming up, the market hasn't tanked. You realize that, right? Why hasn't it tanked? Because the macro are the big guys who own the different hedge funds, right? They control the market. They're like, everyone was betting that the market was going to go down. So what they do, they pump it up. So
Mm-hmm.
they basically, made a lot of money from people. So a lot of people hit their stop losses,
Mm.
right? Stop losses basically meaning that the market went the opposite if you were betting on it going down. So that's what they do. So they basically control the market. They're in the cryptocurrency space. But all you have to do basically is just play the waiting game, right? Persons who made a whole lot of money last year, right? But bought the Lamborghinis, bought the different Rolls Royces, right? They started investing in 2018 when it was actually crashing, right? That's when they started investing. So 2 years after or 3 years after, they basically, banked and claim the money. So what we have to do right now is have the investor mindset where we're gonna be investing right now, right? Little by little. You don't have to put a whole lot in, right? Risk what you can, risk what you're willing to lose. So if you put a little bit in and say 2024, when the next halving or when the next bull run or when the rate is gonna go up in the cryptocurrency market, you're gonna be feeling nice there. So put a 2 year plan in. Any financial advisor you go to, they will always tell you this, like, hey, the minimum in any investment strategy is 2 years. So if we just apply that to even the cryptocurrency space, we will win. no matter what. So this is something that I tell all my students and teach everyone who's around me who wants to get into the cryptocurrency space that hey, at the end of the day, you can buy a little, buy a little, and then when it goes up, you feel nice. Or for example, if you have lump sum right now and you want to basically invest in the market and take the risk, you can use the loan strategy where you're not basically risking 100%, you're risking up to 30%, so you have 100% in the market. I hope I didn't overwhelm you again.
No, I'm following. I'm following. So when you are doing a long strategy, are you are you able to do that on all platforms or is it specific ones that you're looking at?
Well, for depending on that's the next thing again, right? Depending on your region that you're in, so that's the thing that I teach. So, for example, Bybit. Bybit is a Canadian platform. I use it. It's really nice, right? However, some persons who are in the United States, they don't have the availability, right? They have to use VPNs, right? So we can use a VPN strategy, and that's something that I teach my students to utilize if they want to. However, I basically give them the tax principle behind of it. So at the end of the day, if anything happens with regards to the IRS, they're already prepared for it, right? Because the IRS cares about their money. And for people who are like in the Caribbean, that's a different platform they use. So let me give you the sauce, right? Literally. So for Canada, you can use Bybit. For United States, you can use CMEX or FTX. And for the Caribbean, you can use Binance Gate IO. Right? So those are some of the platforms that you can use to implement a long strategy or a short strategy.
Okay, so yeah, I got the notes. Make sure y'all watch this back because those are some good those are some good
Yeah.
topics, platforms to use. So when I'm like researching and whether I'm actually trying to trade my crypto or I'm trying to build my crypto up, I always see where there's like a disconnect in knowing which cryptos are real and which ones are like a fad. How do you research to know? Like, what are you researching to know what's real or not?
Okay, so just to differentiate, right? And this is something I even put in my course also, where you have privacy coins different from meme coins, different from utility coins, different from commodity coins, right? And you know what the SEC is classifying as security coins. So what I tell a lot of persons to do, because we're in a bear market or we're in a market that's going down right now, look at the top 20 coins and look at what their function is. What are they going to do in society? What purpose do they have, right? And for my students, I just make it easy for them. I tell them like, hey, look at Bitcoin. For the long term, it's an asset that you can claim and it's gonna be hedged against cash, right? Ethereum is a platform, basically cryptocurrency platform that basically has a whole lot of utility. They can build NFTs on it, metaverse on it. It has a whole lot of functionality. Cardona is like a competitor, and Solana is a competitor to Ethereum. So they have similar functionalities or similar use cases, right? Uh, basically, they have similar what to do, like similar functions. I don't want to give you any high level stuff. I want to make it very, very simple for you. And XRP, it's with regards to the payment industry, and XLM with regard to the payment industry, just like you moving money across borders. So XRP facilitates that. You have a chain link, which is an oracle that basically gives user data information. You have Dala, which deals with gaming. You have Sandbox Essential, which deals with metaverse, right? So basically, when you're gonna be doing your research, you have to say, okay, I'm gonna look up this coin, look at the white paper, look at what this coin does, right? Don't look at just the price, look at what value it has, and that's what we have to basically do going forward, right? And that's why when a person like, if you don't want to do it by yourself, that's why you can get a coach. I'm a cryptocurrency coach. I help persons, and I do have a done for you program also, Tori, right? I just set up a done for you program, so I know a lot of persons don't got time for it. So I'm like, hey, I'll help you build your wallet for you. Right? I'll help you start out, build your wallet for you, get you going, set up your first portfolio. That's what I'll do for most persons, right? And it doesn't matter where you are because I have the sauce. for where you are. So if you're in the Caribbean, if you're in Europe, if you're in Canada, if you're in the United States, I'll get it done, right? And that's
Okay.
why I have a free service that I give out to people too. So, at the end of the day, I limit any excuse anyone has. Like, yo, this is the asset. And the reason why I really believe in it, because there's no barrier to entry. Think about it. When any, for example, Coinbase, when the IPO was launching, only accredited investors got the option to buy it at a low price, right? Accredited investor having a net worth of a million or more, right?
Mm.
Just saying. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, the regular people, did not have access to that. So when it dropped, we ain't making no money.
Yeah.
With crypto, it's new. No one understands it. You get what I'm saying? So it gives
It's
us a
coming.
chance to basically grab or bank on some wealth. Right? If you have a good strategy, have a coach, and you just have a long-term mindset, you're not just about to get this quick money. I do show persons how to make some quick money because there's principles where you can make some quick money, but the principle basically is getting and get out. I tell them, hey, when you get in this project, get in, get out. That's it. But I don't really, influence. I tell a lot of persons that, hey, they should do this. Think long term, right? Don't think just right now. So that's another thing again, right? Everyone wants to make this quick money. Yes, we can make the money, but at the end of the day, you have to know how to maneuver within the space and protect your assets also.
Yes.
Because a lot of hacking is going on.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm excited to see more about your course. I feel like a lot of people need that, even if it's like a done for you type of thing. A lot of people need that. Some people really don't want to learn crypto. They may just want like a crash course so that they can understand what's going on while they're doing the done for you service. But like personally, I'm not, if I'm only going to put my energy into cultivating new skills that I know I'm going to go after. Otherwise, I want to get that advisor. I want to get somebody. I don't mind paying somebody who that's your expertise. If your expertise is crypto and you said, if I give you a certain amount of money, you're going to get my crypto together, why would I not? Like, why would I? You see what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense.
I'm gonna give you some thoughts on for right. Crypto is my main focus, right? But after you make the money with crypto, what are you gonna do with it?
Right.
Right? What are investment strategies? So for my higher ticket program, I basically help my students or my, my students basically invest into other avenues. For example, life insurance, how to become a bank. You
Yeah.
personally become your own bank. I show them how to leverage that, right? Where they don't even have to. Yeah, yeah. So when you make all this money, you're gonna get out a life insurance policy, right? Right? You're gonna put it in the asset, borrow against it again, and guess what? This one you don't have to pay back. You
I'm
get what I'm
telling
saying?
you, I'm trying to tell people I'm
Yeah.
certified. I did life insurance. So I've been on that, like using life insurance while you're alive. Listen, listen, that is
That's
real.
just one play. Right?
Yes.
That's just one play. And I also show them how to get into the real estate market again also, right? So after you make the script money, get into a life in so you alleviate taxes and all that good stuff, right? Then after you get that money again, you can invest it back into crypto and flex it again. So you're gonna be rinsing and repeating, or you go to real estate, right? So now we're talking about depreciation, another tax haven again. So that's one other strategy. You can start your own business, right? And if you incorporate business instead of having a sole proprietor, the tax threshold goes down. That's another strategy again. Credit cards, debit cards, that's a whole other strategy again.
Hey,
And cars, right? I know, and this thing, like, I believe, I gotta give him props. Coachman Mitch, right? I went in his mastermind and well, not his mastermind, one of his challenges, and I learned this concept where a lot of persons think that cars are your liabilities, right? Well, your car can also be your asset, right? Just like what we're talking about borrowing against. If you buy out, for example, you buy a car, say a Lamborghini, right? Did you know you can pull equity out of your car and go ahead and reinvest again? No, a lot of persons don't know about this. People are not telling people about these strategies. Like you have your car and you think it's a liability. It's not. It can be an asset also, right? You put a lien against it, pull some equity out, go and invest that, flip that money, put it into all these different stuff, rinse and repeat, pay it off, or you don't even have to pay it off right away because I think the shortest term is 2 years, right? Within that 2 years, right, you have your car still, right? And you can rent it, put it on Turo, you can put it in different music videos. This is a high-end car. So guess what? Not only your car, you're basically pulling money or equity from it, but it's working for you again. So I'm like, all these wealth principles, all these wealth strategies, a lot of persons don't know about it, and it's just information we don't know. And that's why I'm like, you know what? Even
Big
in the
time.
course, I'm gonna give a bonus section where after you make the money with crypto, where you put it, right? And
Where can they
it's
get the
not
course
limited
at?
only to the U.S. or Canada. It's even in the Caribbean and Europe because some of my students, I'm teaching them right now the life insurance play where after they make their money in crypto, like this is where you put your money. So right then you can rinse and repeat again.
Where can people find the course?
So right now I have a waiting list available. So if you type in your web browser the crypto course, decrypt. So you put decrypt or course, right? So decrypto. So we're breaking down it, making it easy for people to understand. So www.decryptocourse.com. You can join the wait list and send you a free checklist so you can get your cryptocurrency journey started, right? This checklist has value also, guys, right? Once you see the checklist, you see a whole lot of different stuff going on, right? And you can also put the link in my bio, right? And you can book a call with me so we can, go over your portfolio. I can build out your first portfolio for you through my done for you service. Or basically you can go to the crypto course and just wait on the course. Join the wait list for the course.
All right, let's go. Okay, tell people where they can follow you. This was amazing.
Definitely. So on all social medias as Garnet JR. So on Instagram it's at Garnet JR. On Snapchat at Garnet JR. On YouTube though I have the Small Boy Big Profit Show, right? So that's gonna be the YouTube channel. On Facebook it's Garnet JR Chambers. On LinkedIn Garnet JR Chambers, and on Twitter at Garnet JR underscore. So that's basically all social media. And I have one more thing that I want to give Tori, right? So I just developed this because I'm building out a whole lot of stuff that can help people understand and, basically get into the cryptocurrency space without being worried. So right now I'm doing a free raffle where once you put your name on or you join the waiting list, every week I'm gonna basically raffle a name, and I'm gonna give them a free small boy big profit merch with a shirt or hoodie, right? I'm gonna give them a 2 weeks free coaching session, right? Definitely. So you're gonna be getting all this information, and you're gonna get the free checklist and also the ebook. Right? So the ebook also is in production right now. So I got a whole lot of stuff for my people, just empowering everyone. Cause guess what? I think it's not about just me and you making the money. Right? Our goal here and real success is helping others change their life. Because a lot of persons are, struggling. And for me, I just target the money right away. Because yes, people always say money's not everything, but at the end of the day, it helps. It
Right.
helps to facilitate and it helps with a whole lot of stuff. And I cannot feed the poor, I cannot feed nations without capital. I need the capital. So if we can figure out how we can get to this money and get it in an ethical way, you don't have to stress yourself out, right?
Yes.
At the end of the day, we can change our lives and the lives of others. So
Yes.
it's all about the mindset again, right? All about it. So I'm just going straight into it. I'm not gonna fluff anything. I'm like, yo, let's get this money. Let me show you what to do. Get your life changed. You can help out another person, and that's how we go. That's it.
Let's go. I'm so happy. Healing finances, making sure that we are tapping into new skills every week becoming. If you are on the path of cultivating the character within your mind, body, spirit, or finances, make sure you tap in, follow our guests. I'm so glad and grateful that you guys are with us. Make sure you watch and are focused on being healed. I won't even say being healed because healing is a constant, but making sure that you're healing constantly. Um, I thank you
Yeah.
for joining us.
Definitely, and it was a thank you so much for bringing me on your platform. And with regards to even your work story, right? At the end of the day, we can't just focus on what to do. We have to get our mindset right, right? Because for me and a lot of persons who are at a higher level, we invest in ourselves a whole lot. We get our mindset right. We read a lot. We get our mind frame correct and in the right mind. So that's
Yeah.
another thing that a lot of persons have to focus on, not just making the money, but getting your headspace
Get your
right.
mind
Because
right.
once you get your headspace and you get your mindset right, you'll know what to do with it.
Yes, exactly. Everything else will follow. Well, peace and healing, y'all. Make sure y'all follow our guests. Thank you again. Peace, y'all.
All right.
We're
Thank
out.
you so much.
Yeah.